because obviously I was sat in class with a friend of ours, and she was really excited to see it because she'd read the book, but I didn't know much about the story or anything, and you know, I liked how how they had the I don't think not to be mean to the actor, you know, playing Ian. I don't know. I think Jamie would have been more.
So you'd rather have Jamie on the poster than?
No, I don't know. I think
all of them are. I think
I wouldn't have everybody on the poster because obviously it'd be too crowded. Because you can't have
like everybody on the poster.
Everybody on the poster, but you know, I understood why. You know, Melanie was in it and Jared was on it and
then Ian. I think really like it basically, as a marketing point of view, it tried to emphasise that maybe there were going to be some sort of love triangle, whereas it wasn't about that. I think that's how they were trying to market it.
Which is some of you may, you know, revolt that back to Twilight, which you really shouldn't do because it wasn't really a love triangle. It was a love square. Which I think I was sat in the cinema with you, and I looked over at you and thinking, because I got confused, because I don't mind. I like it. I mean, I like a good love triangle. Who doesn't? But I don't know. It just confused me because I thought. I think that was something that really confused me, that it wasn't a love triangle, it was a love square, and it was different, and it was confusing, but I enjoyed that. I think it was it was really cool.
It was quite unique.
It was unique in its own right. It wasn't, okay, it may have seemed to the untrained eye, it's a love triangle, but really it isn't. It's human, alien human. It's that really weird sort of, which if I'm no good at maths, but I know that that's 4, and even I know that. I mean, I'm not completely stupid, but no matter what anyone else who knows me very well says, but
I don't know. As a marketing point of view, I'm not sure.
I would have liked sort of Jimmy to be in the picture and him being close
to
Melanie, so that you sort of got the indication that he was part of it as well. Because Jamie, even though he plays a very small role, is Melanie's brother, and
Jamie and Melanie have a strong bond in the movie.
They do, because you know, from the beginning to the end, it's sort of big sister looks after younger brother. I mean, I'm a young sibling, so I don't really understand that much, but I care for my older brother, and because it's family. So, I think he do, and I understand he'd do anything to protect me. And
you do the same.
But I do the same. I wouldn't not, like, I've seen my brother cry, and it's not nice, and I don't like it. If I ever see him cry again, then I wouldn't be a happy person. I've only seen him cry once, and if he's ever cried since, then he's kept it from me pretty well. But I just don't like it. I mean, I remember it was actually in this room, because this isn't my room. I mean, it is my room now, but my brother used to have this room, and to see an older sibling cry, or to see any family member hurt, is something quite. It's painful. I mean,
it's something you don't really want to see.
No, you don't want to see it. You know, whether you're an only child or, you know, a sibling, you don't want to see it no matter what. And it's clear that they look out for each other, and you know, even though they're parted, and or the family tries to keep, you know, the two siblings apart, they find a way to talk, and whether or not the rest of the resistance liked that or not, they were still drawn together, and I liked that.
Yeah. Right. Possible sequel. So would you want to see a sequel to the film?
I don't know. I mean,
I think if they did, I'd like to see Emily Browning have a better role in it, like a sort of more major role.
I would now. I would like now I know who she is and what she's been in before. I would have like to see her sort of have more of a, I don't know, like a...
I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that Stephanie Meyer said something about that if she did make a sequel, she wouldn't know what to write about because she said something about she didn't want to kill any more characters off. Like she didn't want to do that to any characters.
I mean,
a sequel's possible. You know, it could always happen.
A sequel is possible, but you'll always get that sort of, it's not going to be as good as the first.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really see how you can. No, I don't see how you can go from.
I think it really depends on if Stephanie Meyer does write another book, because they can't really make a sequel to The Horse if there's not a sequel to the book.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just my it's just my preference. You know, maybe some of yours, but I don't think it needs to have another sequel, really. I
So
mean,
you'd leave it as a standalone film, do you think? Or
I think I would. I mean,
I think I'd like a sequel just to see Emily Browning have a better role.
yeah, she has a better role and everything, because
I can't really imagine a sequel.
I can't really imagine a sequel because I know it ended in a cliffhanger, didn't it? Where
where they find that other group and there's like one soul and then there's like humans as well. It's basically like the same as them.
Yeah. I don't know.
It did end on a sort
Well, if one group of, you know, humans and aliens can get along with another without being taken over, then I don't know. I think it really needs.
Happily.
It ends happily, yeah. And I'm a stickler for that as well, a happy ending. So I'm not too fussed whether there is
we're
one.
both sort of a bit tired. Like I'd like to see a sequel, yet you sort of.
I think it's more sort of a standalone sort of thing, because if Stephanie Meyer ever did write another sequel, then wouldn't she get even more stick?
True.
For doing a sequel, and
she would. Then it'd be compared to Twilight again.
Yeah, and that's
going to be a series.
Yeah, and they're going to think it's a series of films, and I mean, I'm not a massive sort of sci-fi fan, but you know, I mean, obviously Star Wars did it, and you know, sort of made a series of that, you know, but they did a series because I don't know, because they did a series of it because it was something that could grow, and obviously if you've seen Star Wars and everything, then you know the plots, and you know as long as you don't go too overboard with it, then it's okay. But I don't think that one really. I think it's as someone said, it's a standalone sort of film, and.
But it could potentially have a sequel, but I think most people
It
prefer it.
It may have a potential to be a sequel, but I don't really think it needs to. I just think it's fine as it is. It's its own film in its own right, and that's what. And I wouldn't want it to. Wouldn't want anyone then to say, or to even Stephanie Myers, because there's a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of. There's people out there who have really sort of made a lot of money doing what they write about in subjects they like to write about. Like J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter, and she wrote Harry because she enjoyed writing. And Stephanie Myers obviously wrote Twilight because she had a dream, and she obviously wanted to create it into a book. The lady or male, I don't know because I haven't read the books because I'm a prude, who wrote 50 Shades of Grey, they've done it because they wanted to write a really raunchy book that I haven't read, and I haven't read them.
A book that we're not really planning on reading.
Yeah, I'm not planning on reading the books because I don't know. I think I've watched too many sort of people try to read it on YouTube, and I can't not.
We can't really keep a straight face.
I can't keep a straight face. I mean, there was a friend of mine who tried to read it, and she said, and she kept pointing bits out, Elizabeth, and I'm like, I can't, because I laugh. I'm only 18. I'm not very immature. I'm not much immature, but I'm not too immature. I have a dirty mind, so I wouldn't really sort of. I'll admit that I do have at times a dirty mind, and I do sometimes, but that's obviously it's not your fault, but it's obviously other friends' influences that have made it that way. So I really couldn't read those books. But to get back to this, because I'm
going off track.
I'm going off track. I wouldn't really mind there not being another sequel. I mean, you may feel differently, but.
Right, so overall thoughts of the film. Like, quick overall thoughts before we wrap up.
Yeah. From what I remember...
Like, good film, pretty decent adaptation.
Yeah,
could have been bad.
good film. Yeah. See, because Samantha watches these films and in detail, and I only saw it once. Yeah. And because she got involved with the film, and then she wanted to read into the characters and everything, and so she knows more than I do, which I'm happy to hold my hands up to. She's, but to me, I always sort of enjoy the sort of the romance side and the.
But I think definitely I'd say to a friend, it's definitely a film worth seeing.
Yeah, it is a film worth seeing, and I'd advise anyone to go see it, and to not really let anyone, really not to let anyone tell you whether or not to go see it, because yes, it may be a book written by Stephanie Myers, and yeah, you in the back of your mind you think, well, if I go see this with my friends, and I think this of me, go see it anyway.
Definitely.
Well, you can't go see it now because it's not in cinemas anymore, but buy it.
Buy the DVD, yeah.
Buy the DVD, or buy the book, or
rent the DVD, or watch it online, or,
Yeah, make up your own mind out of it. Don't let your friends sort of say, oh, well, because I stopped watching Twilight because of obvious reasons, because back then we were friends with all the same people, and then obviously for reasons we shouldn't really, for reasons that are important, we sort of all grew apart and we all grew into his own sort of thing. But I completely stopped watching Twilight because I think I own the first Breaking Dawn. Yeah.
Part 1?
Yeah, I own part 1, but I haven't seen part 2.
Well, you've seen a bit of it.
I've seen a bit of it because you wrecked it, but because you thought, Linda, what is this? And she's messaged me a fight scene I had to watch, and I was like, I can't see the rest of this. Watched it anyway, but. I know, didn't it?
Yeah. That's a better wrap up.
Yeah,
so quite a long time.
Yeah, I will let Samantha wrap up and introduce me and do whatever while I answer the phone again.
Has it stopped? No, right. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the review, and hopefully many more reviews to come.